Enjoy the property show with Iwenla. This morning, we're going to take a quick look at the campaign, that has been happening around. If you look around you, you see that almost every state has had some story of the campaign or the other. And people seem to be comparing the crowd, Oh, we had more crowd at this one. We had less crowd here and all that and all that. But this morning, discussing the campaign, with us is Mr. Wale Fakunda. Mr. Wale Fakunda, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. Yeah. Mr. Wale Fakunda is a barrister at law.
Yes.
And I'm sure that you have taken a good look at the campaigns as it's been happening both sides. What exactly do you make of? Let's start with Kano. The crowd from the APC and the one for the PDP.
Oh, well, I think we need to look at it from the perspective of the historical antecedent of Kano State.
Okay.
If you look at it from that perspective, you would then be able to decipher where the votes, who the vote is going to swing in its favor. Okay, so if you look at President Muhammadu Buhari's antecedents in Kano, Kano has always been his base from time. And so when he went to campaign there, the people of Kano, clearly demonstrated their age-long loyalty towards him, and that's why you saw the kind of crowd you saw that came out for him in Kano. But then again, when Atiku went there, because of the Kwakwanso factor, okay, so people were also competing. If you look at Atiku's crowd, you see a lot of red caps, all around. So because
that's the Kwakwanso red cap.
Yeah, the Kwakwanso red cap, and Kwakwanso was actually there. Kwakwanso is also rooting for a governor for that state. And if you also look at his own campaign, the campaign for Atiku was that of Atiku and the governorship aspirant of PDP, which Kamako is rooting for. And so that also accounted for the number of people, that came out.
Doesn't that translate to meaning that it may no longer be the hold of the president, and then it's, base has shifted?
No, I don't think so, because at the end of the day, it's going to be narrowed down. On election day, it's going to be narrowed down. And then it's going to be clearly, I'm not talking about the governorship election, the presidential election. It's going to be clearly between the Buhari and an Atiku.
But let's look at the Nigerians, the governors from Niger Republic, who were part of that campaign for President Muhammadu Buhari.
Well,
let's look at the law side first. Was that against the law?
There's nothing against the law. I have my friends offshore. I have American friends. I have British friends that can visit me if I'm doing anything. So there's absolutely nothing against the law in that.
But why did they come particularly for the campaign in Kano? Why would you say they came for that particular campaign?
Well, it may be it may be proximity, it may be availability. I mean, these are also public office holders where they are. So it may be availability, it may be anything. Any could have responsible. But the bottom line is this. These are people that are friends of the president, and then they want to
identify.
To identify with him, to show some solidarity and all of that.
And the most recent campaign was the one in Ogun State just yesterday. The booing, the stone throwing, the water that was being thrown. What does that tell you about the atmosphere for the election in general?
Well, I think in Ogun State, it's quite an unfortunate situation. And if you look at most of those people that perpetrated the scenario you just painted, from a political party that is totally different from the APC. You see the APM people there, and then they are the ones doing all of those things. I think it's gross indiscipline. If the APM wants to do their own rally, they are free to do their rally. And then the governor, who is a sympathizer, with APM, is also the president's friend. So you can always invite the president to come to their rally. But you do not come to APC rally and come and be, protesting against APC candidates. I think it's totally unfortunate, and I think it is, for lack of a better word, absolutely barbaric.
But the president then came forward and then said something like, you can choose who you get to vote for. Usually when he campaigns for other candidates in every state, he raises the hand of the candidate and said, this is our candidate, vote for him.